up, everybody? This is Dave's Joint, and we're here in Atlanta, Georgia. Right before us is a Queens native and the founder of Baseline, the Sideline Report, my man, Mr. Robert Alfonso Jr. Rob, thanks for coming on to speak to us today.
Dave, thanks for having me, man. I really enjoy it and enjoy the work you're doing.
Now, my very first question for you is basically talk about the culture of basketball here in Atlanta.
Well, the culture of Atlanta basketball is like anything else, in a lot of other cities. Obviously, New York, set the foundation with a lot of the events that they take place. But then a lot of New Yorkers are down this way. So they brought that culture with them, which is why we're here at AEBL. That is basically the Atlanta Entertainment Basketball League, that they brought some of that New York flavor from the Rucker, and from Dykeman and Soul in the Hole and all these places in New York that are historical West Fourth, and brought it here to Atlanta.
Now, we see Adidas pretty much everywhere in Atlanta now. They got Trey Young. They have Georgia Tech as a sponsor. Well, as one of the sponsored college teams. They have 4 teams in the 3SSB, AE5 Gaming League, the Atlanta Celtics, and another team I can't forget off the top of my head. But talk about Adidas' impact in Atlanta.
Well, the one thing that, Adidas has always been an impact in Atlanta, with the Atlanta Celtics being initially one of the main staples that Adidas has had associated with their brand. And the fact that when you look at some of the players who have come through Atlanta, play high school ball, and they've gone to the league and wearing Adidas, it's that influence because they've been in the grassroots for quite a long time. And they also have something that's called the Adidas Legacy, which about 6 high school teams in the state of Georgia, and actually in Metro Atlanta, they are heavily sponsored by Adidas. So Adidas makes it their business to get into the grassroots area heavily and really try to build up not only the brand, but definitely support the sport and create a nice culture.
Also, shout outs to Team Huncho. That was the 4th team I failed to mention. But last question, where do you see, the basketball culture moving forward out here?
Well, it's like anything else. Basketball culture is simple. You got your highs, you got your lows. And everybody's going to talk about the reason the growth is in here in Georgia. Again, like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of people leaving their respective states and coming to Georgia. Why? Because Georgia's created an atmosphere for basketball. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I'll be honest with you. But at the end of the day, I believe that Georgia is going to stay here within the top 3 to 5 states in the entire country, that it'll have an extreme influence on basketball.
All right, Rob, thanks again.
Appreciate y'all having me. Hey, shout out to Dave's Joint and Clash.